My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny Hawks mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are one of the main reasons people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a proud supporter. I've been helping Ankeny families for over 20 years, and if you or anyone you know needs help finding the perfect home, let's talk. But first, go Hawks.
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Game Day Men's Health, the District at Prairie Trail, Nolte & Sons Lawn and Irrigation, Sinorama Ankeny, Jay's Cookies, and the Foot and Ankle Center of Iowa.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Cabaret Sports Bar and Grill, Nick Jarash Fitness, Fiscus Jewelers, Made in the Shade Blinds and More, Eat the Frog Fitness, and Rainbow of the Heartland.
At US Cellular, you can pay just $29.99 per line.
So can I get just one line?
Yep, same price.
Can we each get a line for that price?
Sure can.
And I can get 6 lines.
Well, whether it is 1 line or 6 lines, it's still just $29.99 per line.
Target acquired.
Pay just $29.99 per line. US Cellular, built for us.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Jarash Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
Okay guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines of unlimited data for just $90.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah, you also get 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones!
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. US Cellular by Cellular Advantage, Ted Sandine Photography, Lamberti Murphy and Strong Law, West 40 Market, Extreme Services, and Hearts of Ankeny Animal Hospital.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
Hi everybody, Danielle Seifert here, letting you know that I have the keys to your brand new home. And with my team in Ankeny, we deliver an experience that's simple and stress-free. Check out available properties at danielleseifert.com. Let's talk soon.
Welcome to the south side of Ankeny, where
are here with the Ankeny Hawks at the Hawks Nest for a quadrangle, which is going to be a 4-team matchup here with the Ankeny Hawks ranked 5th in 5A up against the North Polk Comets. They are not going to do starting lineups tonight. This is Austin Oliver. I'm here with Jackie Alberto. I'm going to be my color person for tonight. And Jackie, we were here. It's the first game of the year. Everybody's probably got some butterflies and some jitters. As a captain maybe of a team, what are you thinking about in talking to your team as we get into this first match of the year?
Yeah, definitely. If I'm a captain of the team, I want to make sure that everyone's feeling comfortable, especially people who maybe are coming into a new starting role, and just trying to make sure that they feel confident and they know that their teammates have each other's back. So that's pretty much what I would be just making sure to start off the season strong and make sure that everyone feels comfortable playing together.
Absolutely. Now, as a coach, as we see an out serve here by the Comets here with the first point of the game, as a coach, what are you looking to try to get accomplished in maybe a first game? Or what are you looking to maybe make sure that stuff happens here in that first game?
Yeah, I think it's really important to just kind of find a groove. I really like, as a coach, to just find where our weaknesses is. It's really hard to find them in practices when you're playing each other nonstop. So kind of just figuring out other teams and your weaknesses when you play against other teams in different styles. So that's definitely one of the biggest things. Is just finding your groove and making sure that you can find where your holes are in your defenses and your offenses.
Yeah, I think all these teams have come off of a ton of scrimmages, which I think until this year just playing a close eye to how many scrimmages they actually do. They've been playing quite a few games, but a lot of them have been unscored. Just short time periods for them, but this is our first real action. So we got a great volley going here for both teams as they are going back and forth and chasing down some digs and end up on a kind of anticlimactic into the point right there as the North Polk bounces it off of the top of the standard there. It's a 2-0 lead for the Hawks as the season gets started here. We got Bailey Carlson, the libero for Ankeny, coming off of a season with 476 digs last season. She's going to be going to Auburn next fall. So she's looking to build on that. We got a carry, or a double hit called by the referee. Another point for the Hawks. Now, you were at Tenley Park, Illinois, right?
Yes.
Jackie, where
yes.
you grew up? Is that a suburb of Chicago?
Yes, southwest suburbs.
And you played a little bit in college as well, correct?
Yes, I played at Loris and Dubuque.
Gotcha. And a serve out by Carlson. Gets the side out back over to North Polk. Looks like we're going to have a sub here. As number 14's into the game, Jenna Krantz, a junior middle hitter for the Comets. And back serving is going to be the libero, Peyton Westra, junior. Westra puts the ball into play. Ball was sailing out, but they went ahead and played it as Ike gets a strong hit on the opposite. Puts that ball down for a point for the Hawks. So taking a little look here on what they're running here. Looks like we're running a 6-2 here for the Hawks. Let's talk a little bit about that. What do those numbers mean for maybe a layman that's maybe just tuning in tonight?
Yeah, so a 6-2 is pretty much you have 6 eligible hitters. What that usually means is during your rotations, people will rotate into the front row, and you'll always have 3 hitters that are eligible to hit front row. Your setters will be in the right back and play defense and then break to the front row to set. So.
Gotcha. So we rotated the setter up to the front row, and that was a hitter came in for her in that situation. And then it looks like Maya Ridgway, or who is that came in? That's Maya Steinkamp that came in as a setter now. So she'll be coming from the back row. She'll have 3 available hitters in the front row for her. Nice pass. Sending the opposite. A slide to the outside. Hand fell for the kill. Another substitution. We got a DS stepping out, and for the front row it is Marley Ellison, a sophomore outside hitter. See her first action of the season. Cameron Scheib in for the serve. Bounces around a little bit. Sent to the outside. Ridgway puts it on the back line for a kill. Not a lot of blocking so far here, Jackie, huh? I was kind of taking a look at this, and North Polk's going to have some trouble. They got one, their opposite hitter, number 17 out there, Becca Agard, is 6'3", but other than that, it's going to be a pretty short lineup. It's going to be tough sledding on the block for them tonight.
Yeah, and the setter's definitely moving the ball around really well and kind of faking out the block and getting solos up on those blocks. So doing a really well job moving the ball.
Used the opposite quite a bit already so far. Yeah, Bunkers sends that one out of bounds. Got a little bit too much on the top of it. Another point, 6-2 lead for the Hawks. Shai puts it back into play, short serve. Looked like a little miscommunication maybe on the set. Had the setter going outside, and the opposite looked like they were coming in maybe on a more of a tempo hit to the back, but got their wires crossed and weren't able to get that one over. Coach for the Comets is Stephen Boz. Back out to Bunkers. Bunkers with a nice hit right down the line. Nice kill for the Comets. Got some substitution for the Comets. Avery Hurt coming in as a setter. She'll be coming in from the back row. So it looks like they're running some form of 6-2 as well. Number 12, Casey Jesse, a senior middle hitter, in as well. The Comets a little thwarted by a bounce off of the ceiling. Didn't really go in a very good direction for them, but they're not able to get that one over. Another point for the Hawks. Got Reagan Hanfeld, the senior middle hitter, coming off a year with 223 kills, 94 blocks from last season. Nice block up in the front. Carly Olson with the block. So I think you probably got a lot of jitters out there. Jackie, where do you see that kind of manifesting in play, you know, with jitters? Is it more in the passing? Is it more in the hitting, getting kind of things nailed down? Or
I think definitely, I mean, anytime you tense up, you kind of lose some of your technique. In the passing, of course, like your shoulders tighten up and the passes are going straight up, and that makes it really hard for the setters to give a hitter a really hittable ball. So then they're trying to adjust, and they're also kind of, you know, out of position. So I think that it kind of flows in every way, but definitely starts with the pass.
Yep. Which the passing's been pretty good. I remember doing the kind of the first couple games the last couple years, that like first 10 points is usually just a shank fest for both teams, even if a team's really good. But they've done a pretty good job of bearing down and having decent passing.
Yeah, it's definitely hard taking a look at different servers, especially when you get used to, you know, seeing the same serve over and over again. Seeing a new server can sometimes get you a little out of system.
I would say the serving hasn't been super aggressive here either. I mean, it's been a lot of getting that ball over and getting it into play, which is one of the first tenets of volleyball.
Yeah.
Is you can't really play if you're not getting that serve over. So we'll see those serving get a little bit more aggressive as they get going. Nice block on the outside. It's Carly Olson with her second block of the night. She teamed up with Marley Ellison out there, but I think she got the clean block. Stuffed that right back over to the Comets side. Got a new setter in for the Hawks as well, number 10, Grayson Adams, a sophomore. That'll be a timeout for the Comets. We'll be back in a few minutes after we hear a couple words from our advertisers.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny Hawks mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are one of the main reasons people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a proud supporter. I've been helping Ankeny families for over 20 years, and if you or anyone you know needs help finding the perfect home, let's talk. But first, go Hawks.
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Game Day Men's Health, The District at Prairie Trail, Nolte & Sons Lawn and Irrigation, Sinorama Ankeny, Jay's Cookies, and the Foot and Ankle Center of Iowa.
we're back here at Ankeny High School gym. Still got Grayson Adams serving for the Hawks. Nice little run in the middle with some tempo there, but it does go a little bit long, so that'll be a point for the Comets. Has got Nia Bunkers, a senior outside hitter, going back to serve now. And Jackie, we saw in that first couple points there, we saw that I think a carry. He called a carry, or I think I called it a carry, and he called it a double. We were talking in the commercial break a little bit about how that rule's starting to change. You want to talk a little bit about what you've seen, at the college level, club level, and it's what's going to eventually trickle down to the high schoolers.
Yeah, for sure. So with the double rule, they're definitely trying to loosen that up as it does kind of change the game. It changes the flow of the game, especially because it is a judgment call based off of refs. So in the college level, they're totally getting rid of it. A double can be called, can't be called anymore, and it's no longer a judgment call. So that would be an example of a double, right there. And then for USAV Club Volleyball, they're starting to try to get refs to slow down on it. We still have some refs who like to call it, but general USA Volleyball guidelines, they want them to start slowing down on that, just because it is kind of a flow changer for the game, and it can really just take away from a team even being able to compete. So
yeah, because that was a great example, because it really wasn't that bad of a set.
Oh yeah.
And I think the rule is, as long as the set stays on your side, that double hit stays on your side, they're going to let that one go.
Yeah.
If you would have taken that over, it may have gotten called at the upper levels, and it's usually a 2 or 3 year trickle down for stuff that kind of gets to the high school level once they try some of these rules out on the upper level stuff.
Yeah, and I'll say as a hitter, I think that a double is more of an inconvenience for the team that got the set rather than the team that has to defend it, right? It's going to be a lot harder as a hitter to make a good contact with that ball. So definitely more of a disadvantage for the team that's, having those doubles set to them.
Yeah, because it doesn't change the defensive alignment or anything at all. It's still going to be changing it, not going to change it at all. You're still going to be blocking exactly the same way, so you're exactly right. Nice strikeout there by Cameron Shive as she gets another kill for the match. Now, when we do have these young setters like we do on the Ankeny Hawk side, we have, two setters that didn't play at all last year. They had both the setters from last year graduated. Took a ton of those assists and went right out the door. About 900 assists walked out the door, and I don't think either one of these two setters have set on the varsity level at all. What do you, as Coach Bethke looks at those new setters, what can she do to make it easier for them to feel comfortable in an offense like this?
I think it's definitely hitters' feedback, right? The hitters always got to be talking to their setters, especially a new setter who hasn't really connected with these girls yet. Who have been playing. They definitely need to get that feedback of what each individual hitter likes, because every hitter is going to be different. They're going to have a different reach. They're going to like a different ball. They're going to like a different tempo. So I think it's definitely giving feedback and just making sure that they feel comfortable, because the setter really has to run the floor and be comfortable in their position. So they have to have that community around them.
Yeah, I always say that setter's kind of like the quarterback of the team, in a sense. Making sure that the plays are going, kind of dictating where the plays are going to be going. So when you have those youngsters there, you want to make sure you give them as much confidence as possible.
Yeah.
And, you're exactly right. The setters want to set it to where the hitters want. So that communication is a big key part of it. Nice little rundown by the libero for the Hawks. Ooh, kept that ball in play, but they weren't able to keep it going. So that little kick that Bailey Carlson got her foot under there, kept it in play. They weren't able to keep that going, but that is a legal play in high school at this point. As long as there's not a carry there would be no problem with that being below the waist. One of the other rules that kind of segued in maybe 5 or 6 years ago. It started out at the highest levels and then trickled its way down to high school as well. It's got number 16, Quinn Narum, a senior, serving for the Comets. Lana Coleman looks that one in, but it just goes off of one of the sides of her arm and kind of shanks to the outside. She'll want that one back. Let's see if she can improve on that pass on the next one. Goes right back to her. She does a much better job this time of putting that one in. Nice strike by Cameron Shive as she puts the ball away. Nice little touch by the North Polk setter there, but just wasn't able to control it enough to keep it in play. Got number 20 into the game for the Hawks, Jade Moser, senior. Where are they going to put her? Looks like they're going to put her in the middle. Yep, I think she's going to be playing middle. Nice little hit out of the middle from the opposite in her defensive setup there before they got moved over to her normal hitting spot. That's Ike with a kill to the back corner.
Yeah, that spot's really hard to pick up. Call it the pineapple, and if it's a hard-driven ball, it's really hard to get a hand on it.
Yeah, especially with that depth. It's going for such a long time in the air, you just assume it's going to be out, and then it ends up hitting that back corner. Travels a long ways in some of the situations. Ike with a tip down the line. It's well handled by the Comets as they send it out of bounds off the libero. That'll be the end of game one, 25-7 in the first game. They're going to be playing the best out of three tonight in all three of the games. We do have Dyke, New Hartford, and Ankeny Christian Academy over in the other gym, so they'll be rotating into it. We'll be back in a few minutes after we get a word from our sponsors.
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Cabaret, Sports Bar and Grill, Nick Jarash Fitness, Fiscus Jewelers, Made in the Shade, Blinds and More, Eat the Frog Fitness, and Rainbow of the Heartland.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Jarash Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
At US Cellular, you can pay just $29.99 per line.
So can I get just one line?
Yep, same price.
Can we each get a line for that price?
Sure can.
And I can get 6 lines.
Well, whether it is 1 line or 6 lines, it's still just $29.99 per line.
Target acquired.
Pay just $29.99 per line. US Cellular, built for us.
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. US Cellular by Cellular Advantage, Ted Sandine Photography, Lamberti Murphy and Strong Law, West 40 Market, Extreme Services, and Hearts of Ankeny Animal Hospital.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny Hawks mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are one of the main reasons people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a proud supporter. I've been helping Ankeny families for over 20 years, and if you or anyone you know needs help finding the perfect home, let's talk. But first, go Hawks.
Well, we're back. This is Austin Honor. We're here with Jackie Alberto, and I started to talk a little bit about it. We've got some powerhouses in the other gym right now, facing down right now. You got the 2A state champion, Dike New Hartford, number 6 ranked here in the preseason, up against the number 1 ranked Ankeny Christian Academy. They're also a defending state champion for 1A. So they're going to be definitely throwing down over there, and somebody's going to come out to the season right away, a defending state champion with a loss in the first game of the season. So you ever been in a team that's been undefeated?
I have not, no.
I don't think I have either. I don't think I've, at any level of anything, I don't think I've ever been undefeated. So, and I played a lot of sports, but I don't think I was ever on an undefeated season of anything. So I think, yeah, I think ACA was 36-3 last year, and Dike New Hartford was 47-0. They only lost one game the whole season.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, they took all comers too. They went 5A, everything. They played against Dowling several times last year. They played against Ankeny. They played against Ankeny Centennial. Just a lot of different teams. So they've had a dynasty there for quite a long time. So it's going to be a reloading effort for them this year. So it'll be interesting to see how things go for them tonight. As we're back into play, Ankeny scored the first point and just scored the second point as well. That's Alana Coleman serving. I think Ankeny's kind of gone to the short serve here in the last few minutes here, and she goes kind of mid right there. So double carry there, 2 hits there on the set, just bobbled a little bit, wasn't very clean. But another great example of what we're talking about. It's going to kind of be exiting the game here in the next couple of years. So we've talked a little bit tonight, Jackie, about you coaching and playing. As North Polk comes in here, just with a lot of powerhouses up against a bunch of powerhouses, maybe being kind of not a powerhouse team maybe this year. What do you kind of look to get out of maybe a meet like this, coming in and just playing your best, or what do you look for in a meet like this?
Yeah, I think it's definitely growing. Sometimes you gotta play teams that are gonna be dominant, and you just gotta find a weakness of theirs, right? If they're huge hitters, try to get them out of system. Don't let them get those good sets to their middle powerhouses. I think there's always whether or not you're at the best matchup, I always think that there's something to learn and grow from, regardless of who you're playing and if you feel outmatched or not.
Yeah, maybe small things to build on, as you even during the game, like you said, maybe we key in on a block on a specific hitter, on the other team.
Yeah.
Or maybe we just key in on let's see if we can get dime passing for this whole game.
Yeah.
Some things like that you can use to build on later in the season. I like that a lot, Jackie.
Yeah, especially with it being a mental game. You definitely want to just control what you can control rather than looking at the other side of the net.
As we say that, a perfect pass from one of the outside hitters leads to a kill for number 17 for the Comets. That's a 6-3 opposite. She was hitting on the strong side that time. Becca Agard with the kill. That's Emily Johnson subbing out as one of the outside hitters, and then coming in is Ava Kudelka, a junior DS. As the boys football team maybe there trying to get involved a little bit, trying to throw some interference in with the serve there, and it kind of worked as the serve was out. And that'll bring in Maya Steinkamp. She'll be setting from the back row. Alana Coleman with the nice pass. It's blocked on the outside. Steinkamp steps up again, gets it to Ridgway. Ridgway hits it off the top of the block and gets the kill. So Jackie, as a hitter too, get yourself warmed up. What kind of when you first get out there and start hitting, are you just focused on just killing the ball right away, or are you focused on a specific aspect of like taking off high off of a block maybe, or what kind of things are you thinking about those first couple swings that you take in a match?
I definitely like to get out there and kind of hit 70%. It's all about the arm swing and the mechanics, and if you go out there and you're, trying to go 100 at every ball, not every ball is a 100% arm swing, right? Unless your setter's perfect, which is nearly impossible, you're not going to be able to go 100 at every single swing. So it's all about getting your feet to the ball and getting those mechanics going. And so I like to go at 70% and, find what's open against the defense. And then once I get there, I can start swinging 100 on good balls.
Absolutely. That was an interesting play. They took that outside hitter, Cameron Scheib, and they pulled her to the inside. So what kind of things are you looking at as a setter and moving a hitter into the middle like that? Just give a different look maybe?
Yeah, definitely. I think especially, I played middle, and it's definitely hard to keep track of all your hitters, especially if they're running, I would consider that a tandem, right? You have the middle running a quick in front of that person, so a lot of the times your blocker's eyes go for that quick ball, and then when that ball's high over that secondary hitter, it's really hard to keep track of that as a defense. So definitely a good play by that setter.
Yeah, you make that blocker make a decision on who they're going to go after in that situation, and you saw there was no blocker at all once Scheib was able to take the swing on that ball.
Yeah, definitely hard to get a pickup in the back row if you have nothing up.
Bunkers with a nice strike over the net was dug, but the Hawks aren't able to get it over. Nice play by the Comets. 9-5 lead here in the second set. This will be the final set if the Hawks end up winning this. Just playing 3 games in each of these games tonight. So it'll be 2-25 and then 1-15 in the deciding third set if it goes to the third one. Back row set for the Hawks, dug up by the Comets. Bunkers with a nice little roll over the top of the block. Kind of hits that no man's land right in the middle of everybody there, gets the kill. So we saw that back row attack there. When as a hitter, when do you like to hit those, and how does that fit into the offense, and what makes that kind of work for the offense side on that when you run back row?
Yeah, that's kind of, you've seen it kind of newly emerging in the college game a lot. But what happens is it's kind of like that tandem where it's a different tempo ball and blockers have to really wait, and it kind of opens up the court a little bit more for that back row hitter to hit in the seams. So you definitely like to see that after you get some middle attacks in, and then pushing it to the pins. It's a lot harder to defend once all your blockers are ready to go for front row hitters. So
yeah, nice kill for the Comets for Madeline Cleaver, sophomore outside hitter. Kind of bounced that one off the block, is able to get it to sneak over and stay on the Hawk side. Nia Bunkers for the serve. Scheib with a nice pass. Able to just roll that one down, not able to dig that one up. Now I see those backside sets are really high, right?
Yeah.
Young setters, I think that's maybe a part of being a young setter is just making sure that I give the time there. But what'll change about that set maybe as the season goes on as they get a little bit more comfortable? Because high is always going to be the safest way, right?
Yeah. Yeah, give that attacker time to adjust, especially when the ball's coming off the net a little bit. It will give them some time to get their feet behind it and actually get a good swing on it.
Surprised that wasn't a double there, but the way he's been calling the match, I thought he was going to be calling that one. Set to the opposite again, dug up by Bunkers. Bounces around, Bunkers is going to take it over for her on her own. Runs a quick in the middle, dug up. Dig by Carlson on the outside. Ellison takes it off the top of the block. He gets the kill. Well played point on both teams there. One of the longer exchanges of the night there as both teams were getting touches on the blocks and keeping it in play. Comets able to salvage that one off of a bad startup pass there. Quick back run by the Hawks. Leads to an overpass, and Ellison's able to put that one down off the overpass. Nice little run by Ike and Grayson Adams there as a quick back there. And that is an interesting one because Ike is a right-hander but still able to run that quick back. You usually see those left-handers being able to hit that one really nicely, but you get the timing right to get that pushed out a little bit further to the right side. It's definitely a fun hit for those setters and for those hitters to hit.
Definitely.
Got the libero for the Comets, number 4, Peyton Westra. Ike hits out of the middle. That's blocked. Set by Bunker. Bunker sends the outside, but isn't able to get over the net. That'll be a point for the Hawks. 14-8. Substitution in for the Hawks. That'll be Alana Coleman in, the DS. She replaces Marley Ellison. Nice little tempo set to the middle there. So on that 3 set, they just pushed that one out a little bit further to kind of pull that blocker out a little bit to maybe get a better one-on-one there.
Yeah.
Worked pretty well because it went right off of that edge of the blocker and got a point for the Comets.
Yeah, the 31s definitely throw the right sides for a loop sometimes because they're not usually blocking the middle, so they really have to keep their eye on that one.
Nice block from the Comets. They put that one back over. Looked like it was 17. That was Agard and the middle for the Comets. I can't get a number on her, but you see that number, Jackie?
14.
14. So it looks like Jenna Krantz in there for, I don't know which one of them got it, but they had a nice little block set up there. Dime pass by the libero. Sends it out to Ike. Ike off the top of the block. Bunkers with a nice strike from the back row, but just got a little bit too much of it. It sends it out of bounds. That'll be Carlson with the point there. It'll be her serving. 15-10. I think North Polk kind of had a little run there where they kind of got behind at the beginning of the second game, but they had a nice little run where they were able to get settled down a little bit. Carlson with almost a pancake there, but it does hit the ground. I think she actually got there in time. It just maybe went off the edge of her hand there. Number 13, Ava Kodelka. DS and a serve. She sends it long. So I think that's maybe, Jackie, one of the things that they can control is those serving. You know, make sure that we get those serves in when you're up against, you know, stronger competition. It's just one of the things you just can't have happen, right?
Yeah, it's definitely that hard line of trying to make them hard serves to keep them out of system, but also, you know, not just giving them a free point every time.
Bunkers with a tip over the block. Carlson calls off on the second hit. Blocked again on the outside. Another tandem block out there from Krantz and Agar. Another block for that duo. I think North Polk's definitely got some things that they've built on. They got a couple blocks here and had a little run of points. They're only down by 4 here in the second set.
Yeah. I'm wondering if that mid-game talk from the coaches kind of helped them realize like what they could work on.
Yeah, Hanfeld ran a slide. I think that actually would have been out too if they would have let that one go. It would have been really close. We'll put it that way. But a nice little run there from Steinkamp, Steinkamp the outside out to Hanfeld. Agard with the strike. And Bunkers puts that one down with authority. That's a 5-6 outside hitter, just 10-foot line that ball. Holy cow.
Yeah, they're definitely looking a little bit more fluid this set. Maybe a little bit more comfortable. First set nerves out.
I think he's definitely opening the door on a couple of these plays as well. You know, that overpass. I think that's one of the first overpasses I think I've seen the whole night from them. So Ridgway with the strike. Does a nice job of getting some snap on the top of that ball, even though it was off the net. It's able to get it right into that open space in the middle of the defense. Hanfeld back to serve. Setter tries to take that ball over, but it's going to get called for the double as well. (19-13) here in the second game. Bunkers with a nice hit to the far side. And from her unnatural spot at the opposite, just taking it all the way to that far corner, like you said earlier, just was in the air for a long time. Seems like it's going to go out, but that was well in for Bunkers. She had back-to-back kills for the Comets. The under the net, maybe got an injury there. Number 7, Ellison, looks like she's a little gimpy. I think she might have gone under that. I don't think anybody was there that she stepped on it all. I think it may have just been a non-contact situation. Looks like it's an ankle.
Yeah, tweak of the ankle. Trying to stop herself from going under the net, I think.
It almost might be a knee. I think it might be a knee. I think it's a knee. Initially, I thought it was the ankle, but with her stretching out that, flexing that knee there, I think she would have been moving her foot around. If it would have been an ankle, I think it's probably a knee. You don't like to see that at all. That's non-contact tweak of the knee there. It's
definitely never good.
No. So Carlson steps out. That'll bring number 12, Haley Flanders, in, a junior. She'll be an outside hitter on the outside, taking the place of Ellison. Well, hopefully that's just a slight tweak there for Ellison. Adams comes in to serve. Nice block by Olsen in the middle. And then Ike and Olsen team up for a block there as they try to roll it over the top of that block. It's been fun watching Carlson, the libero for the Hawks. It's just we can tell why she's going Division I. She's pretty solid as a passer there. She's definitely definitely instigating all the passing there in the back row, trying to take as much as she can. And that's exactly what you want to see that libero do. Yeah, and they're running a 3-person serve receive there, but she's probably taken about maybe a half of that at the least there. Ike blocked on the front row. Go back to the outside. Flanders with a tip over the block. That'll lead to a double here. It'll be another point for the Hawkettes. Alana Coleman back into the game. Just 3 points from the culmination of this match, 22-16. Much better showing by the Comets, though, here in this second set. Nice serve, leads to an ace for the Hawkettes. The Comets send that one long. It'll be game point for the Hawks. Coleman still setting. I'm watching over there with that injury with Ellison. Looks like it is an ankle. They got her sock off right now, and they're tending to that as the Hawkettes in the second game for a 2-0 win for the Hawkettes. 24-16 in the second game. Andy, who we got in the second one here? It's going to be ACA coming over here next. We'll probably have maybe a 5 or 10 minute break here in between games, depending on what's going on the other court. 2-0 win for the Hawks. We'll be back in some few minutes here as we hear from our advertisers.
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Game Day Men's Health, The District at Prairie Trail, Nolte & Sons Lawn and Irrigation, Sinorama Ankeny, Jay's Cookies, and the Foot and Ankle Center of Iowa. Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Cabaret Sports Bar and Grill, Nick Jarash Fitness, Fiscus Jewelers, Made in the Shade Blinds and More, Eat the Frog Fitness, and Rainbow of the Heartland. Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. U.S. Cellular by Cellular Advantage, Ted Sandine Photography, Lamberti Murphy and Strong Law, West 40 Market, Extreme Services, and Hearts of Ankeny Animal Hospital.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny Hawks mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are one of the main reasons people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a proud supporter. I've been helping Ankeny families for over 20 years, and if you or anyone you know needs help finding the perfect home, let's talk. But first, go Hawks.
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Game Day Men's Health, The District at Prairie Trail, Nolte & Sons Lawn and Irrigation, Sinorama Ankeny, Jay's Cookies, and the Foot and Ankle Center of Iowa.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Cabaret Sports Bar and Grill, Nick Jarash Fitness, Fiscus Jewelers, Made in the Shade Lines and More, Eat the Frog Fitness, and Rainbow of the Heartland.
At US Cellular, you can pay just $29.99 per line.
So can I get just one line?
Yep, same price.
Can we each get a line for that price?
Sure can.
And I can get 6 lines.
Well, whether it is 1 line or 6 lines, it's still just $29.99 per line.
Target acquired.
Pay just $29.99 per line. US Cellular, built for us.
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. US Cellular by Cellular Advantage, Ted Sandine Photography, Lamberti Murphy and Strong Law, West 40 Market, Extreme Services, and Hearts of Ankeny Animal Hospital.
Hi everybody, Danielle Seifert here, letting you know that I have the keys to your brand new home. And with my team in Ankeny, we deliver an experience that's simple and stress-free. Check out available properties at danielleseifert.com. Let's talk soon.
Well, we're back here at the south side of Ankeny with our second game of our quadrangle here. We've got the Ankeny Hawks up against the ACA Ankeny Christian Eagles. Ankeny Christian just got done with their match. They beat Dykeu Hartford 25-13 and 25-22. So Dykeu Hartford is going to be the first defending state champ to take a loss here so far tonight. We have a pretty good matchup here. Number 5 Ankeny Hawks won their first match 25-7. And 25-16 over North Polk. So I look to see a pretty good match here. A 1A powerhouse against a 5A powerhouse. You don't get to see these kind of things happen in very many other sports other than volleyball, where they just pretty much let everybody play each other. Is that similar in Illinois as well?
Yeah, definitely. To start the season, we get to do a little crossover matches, especially where I was from. I was 3A, got to play some different divisions, so tournaments are always great.
How many divisions do they have in Illinois?
I believe 4.
Okay.
Since I was there, so.
Nice dig by the Eagles. A nice little dump over there by Quick, the setter for the Eagles. And Ike puts the ball into play, and it's dug out of bounds for the Hawks for the first point of the match. 1-0 Hawkettes. It's got Michelle Quick in her 6th year here at ACA. All her coaching experience is at that location. They were 36-3 last year going into the state tournament. Ball is long. Just barely long there as they took that ball over. Yeah, just a couple inches. I think that junior linesman over there was a little indecisive, but it definitely was long. Got 2 local schools here as well, 2 local schools, communities here. So we got ACA's got a good group over there on the other side. Set was a little bit wonky there, but ACA is able to get that ball over. Another little wonky set here for the Hawkettes, and not able to get that ball over. It's a point for the Eagles. Got Morgan Fincham, a senior outside hitter, 130 kills last year. She'll be serving. Coleman puts the ball into play. Ike with cross cut, just cut it a little bit too hard, goes out of bounds. Tied up at 2-2 here in the first game of the second set of games. Each team will play 3 coming into the match today. Nice middle set there. Quick set from Grayson Adams. Reagan Hanfeld with the smash there as they ran that tempo play and got the kill. So we kind of saw that kind of like maybe boiling, maybe simmering a little bit in the first set of games, Jackie. So what kind of things happen as they get into these, to get a little bit more comfortable with each other and be able to hit some of those tempo sets?
Yeah, I definitely think that once you get a little bit more comfortable, you can run a faster pace and kind of have an open net. It's always fun as a middle when you see no one up against the block against you. So definitely big swing from her.
Yeah, Steinkamp there took that little center dump and was able to get a hand on and get a play up, and they're able to get that ball to the outside from Carlson was able to get underneath that as a libero and send it to the outside and able to get the kill. Steinkamp's serving still. Quick to the outside. Going to be Hanfeld number 2 with the net violation. We did not see a net violation in that whole first set of games, so I think Hanfeld even looked down at her own number trying to figure out if it was her or not when they called the net violation. Got Katie Quick serving, the setter. Carlson with a nice dig. Sending the outside. Ridgway with the strike. Able to get the kill. Kill for the Hawks. 5-3 lead for the Hawks. What's a good substitution to see here, Jackie, in that first game right at the end there. We saw Ellison go down with an injury, but looks like she got taped up. It was an ankle and is able to be out there. We'll see how she fares here. She gets back into the game. Scheib with the serve. Off the top of the block. Scheib tries to get a hand underneath there, but just can't get far enough out there. Off the top of the block for the kill for the Eagles. Anna Withers, returning 222 kills in the season last year. Middle hitter, outside hitter for the Eagles. She'll be serving. Carlson with a dime. Able to run the quick to Hanfeld in the middle. Just not able to get that one up. Nice little tempo play. Steinkamp with a nice set there. Hanfeld with the put away. So 2 quick hits, right away here in the beginnings of this match here. I don't think we saw maybe one in the last match, so they're definitely getting a feel for each other on the offense.
Yeah. I always say establish your middle and it's going to open up your pins, right? Those higher sets, the middle's going to have to stick with their hitter, and so If you establish the middle right away, then the other middle can't break right away and get a double block up on their pins.
Yeah, those one-on-ones are exactly what those outside hitters are wanting every time. Gives them an option of either going down the line or cross court. And they're able to definitively see where that block's going to be at without worrying about that middle blocker coming over to help out. Ellison with a roll shot. Setter is able to take that first ball. They roll shot back over and they get it into a position that nobody could pick that one back up. Tied up 6-6. Got Carly Craighead, the middle hitter for the Eagles, serving now. She serves into the top of the net. Setter coming into the back row, that's Grayson Adams. Switching in for running that 6-2. Nice strike out of the middle there, a kill for the Eagles. They set that one a little bit off the net. They had some great snap there. I'm trying to see who that hitter was. That Morgan Fincham, a 5'8" middle? Was that Neri, Macy Neri?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she ran the 2 out of the middle.
Olsen runs the slide. Nice and deep. Olsen with a nice strike. They run it down and able to keep it into play, but Olsen's up there ready to go, just in case it came over. Oh, I think they missed the call on that one. That didn't go over the net there. That didn't go over the net, did it?
I didn't think it did.
That did not go over the net. She just saw that completely. But she called it down on the Hawkette side.
Yeah, I don't think that cleared.
Nice block on the outside. The setter, Katie Quick. Trying to see if they're running a 6-2 or a 5-1 over there, but that was definitely the setter outside for that block on Ellison. Caitlin Weathers in to serve. Ike pounds that ball. It is brought up there, but not enough for the ball. Is able to keep it into play. Nice strike from Ike out of the middle. Coleman back to serve for the Hawkettes. Eagles are clean into a 1-point lead. Little shank pass there. Quick goes up and gets it around that block. Just tips it off the top of that block. Looks like they are running the 5-1 then, right? I think
yeah.
Katie Quick, number 2, is going to be setting all the way around. So when she's in the front row, they'll just have one less hitter on the front row. There'll just be 2 hitters. And then maybe you'll utilize a back row hitter at the same time just to kind of mix things up a little bit. But it'll also give them an option to run that slide out of the middle and then maybe a quick out of a middle back, something like that as well.
Yeah, move your hitters around a little bit more.
Cameron Scheid takes that overpass and just puts it away with some authority. Nobody's digging that one back up, but she kind of cuts that back to the far side and gets the kill. That'll bring Bailey Carlson, the libero, up to serve. Nice block there in the front row. Hanfeld and Scheib team up, and that leads to a timeout for the Eagles. We'll be back in a few moments with a word from our sponsors.
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team, brought to you by these generous local businesses. Game Day Men's Health, the District at Prairie Trail, Nolte & Sons Lawn and Irrigation, Sinorama Ankeny, Jay's Cookies, and the Foot and Ankle Center of Iowa.
And we're back here. It was a serve out, but the line judge was indecisive there, so kind of everybody was looking around trying to get the call there, but up ref really should have helped her out there and made that call. She's got a great look at that. It's going right to her corner there. We're surprised she didn't help her out a little bit.
Yeah, that's a tough one to make a call on.
Adams sends the ball to the outside. Ducked up by Carlson. Ball's in. Another point for the Eagles. They take a 2-point lead here, 10-12. So, Jackie, we were talking a little bit during break here. What kind of offense do you think we're running over here with the Eagles? Something a little bit unique, right?
Yeah. It looks like they may be running a 3-middle offense with number 1, 21, and number 6. What that means is pretty much as you rotate, like different people are playing out of the middle and out of the outside. And this can be really tough for the defending team to know who their hitter is because it might change every single time they rotate. So definitely a hard one to keep track of.
Yeah, so that'll just give you, it's tough for blockers, right?
Yeah.
Tough to really get a good grip of your matchups, right? There could be somebody different there. A little of a late call there, but a double call there on the set, trying to get that one to the outside for a quick.
Yeah, like I said, like playing middle and making sure that you know all your hitters, when they change every time, it can get challenging, especially when, you know, you have to figure out 2 different middles. Now you have to figure out the way that 3 different middles run, so definitely can be challenging.
Yeah, ACA runs a slide out there, and Scheib and Ellison are out there, or it was Hanfeld out there, are able to get the block. Nice job of just sticking with that tempo and blocking the ball rather than the hitter. Off the top of the net. Tell you what, Quick is a presence on the net at just what how tall, 5'8". You know, she's definitely had a block already. She just won a joust with one of the outside hitters and then was able to take that joust and put it away after the rebound. Definitely some strong hands and some strong upper body arms for her. And then she takes one off the top of the net, scores again for the Eagles. They take a 14-13 lead here in the first set. This is the defending state champion for single A up against the number 5 ranked Hawkettes in 5A. Ridgway with the strike, dug up nicely by the Eagles. Run a little slow tempo there, wasn't really a super fast quick, but it was just a little bit of a delayed quick, but the tempo was just exactly perfect to thwart that block that the Hawks threw up. They were already coming down when it was actually struck.
It looked like even the middle was a little early on that one.
Nice pass for Scheib. Scheib gets the ball back, destroys the ball, and they're able to get a little bit of it up, but they can't get the ball dug out of the net. Scheib doing it all on that play, passing and swinging. Once again, that was her running that middle, which isn't her normal hitting position, but able to score on that play. Nice 31 from the Eagles. Dug nicely by Carlson. Hawkettes get a little bit more offensive off of that dig and are able to score. They tie it up at 15. Seeing some higher level setting on both sides here right now. So we got a rotation call on that that play there. You want to talk a little bit about what that means, Jackie?
Yeah, so in volleyball, you kind of have to stay in your location. You can't overlap on some of your other players. So, for example, I believe it was maybe the outside was standing in front of. Was it the outside standing in front of?
I think he called the setter leaving too early is what he ended up calling.
Okay.
He motioned at number 2, which I assume was the number of who was out of position.
Okay.
And she was setting on that far side, so I assume she just maybe left a little early on that situation.
Yeah, so you can't cross the player that's either next to you or supposed to be in front of you or behind you until after that ball is contacted for the serve. So she must have left past her outside hitter that she had to stay behind before that ball was contacted by the server.
Yep. Little miss hit there from Ridgeway on the outside. Leads to a little dink right over the top of the block and a score for the Hawkettes. They take one of the few leads that they've had tonight, 17-16. Great game so far here. Both teams very competitive. Back and forth. Back row attack. Goes off the top of the net. Played well by the Eagles. Pass, and the Hawkettes get that back over. I don't know how they did that, but they got it back over. Roll shot, dug up by the setter. Hanfeld with a nice set to the outside. The middle shows some hands and gets it to the outside. A back set at that. Middles need to get a little love there too in the setting, right?
Middles love showing off their hands.
What a play from Hanfeld. Just a miss of communication there from the Eagles. Got them a little bit rattled in the back row there. Not sure who was going to take that ball. Leads to a timeout for the Eagles as the biggest lead of the match, I think, so far with a 3-point lead, 19-16 here as we go into timeout. We'll be right back.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny Hawks mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are one of the main reasons people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a proud supporter. I've been helping Ankeny families for over 20 years, and if you or anyone you know needs help finding the perfect home, let's talk. But first, go Hawks.
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Cabaret Sports Bar and Grill, Nick Jarash Fitness, Fiscus Jewelers, Made in the Shade Blinds and More, Eat the Frog Fitness, and Rainbow of the Heartland.
We're back here for play. We just missed a 1 point there. We got a little bit of an extended commercial. I didn't throw it over to our producer quickly enough. Missed a point there as ACA did score on the play that we missed. Allison tries for a cut shot, just gets a little bit too much of a cut and doesn't get it over the net. So Jack, you want to talk a little bit about Hanfeld on those last set of plays being usually we have a DS taking those second balls, but she was able to step in and play that ball and did a nice job of playing it. But what leads to a middle hitter having to be the kind of the secondary setter in a situation like that?
Yeah, so usually what happens is if the setter takes the first ball, we want the libero taking hands. It's usually that left back position. They have a better angle to get the ball to a hitter rather than the middle back. So with that libero being out, middles usually play left back defense once they serve. So that's kind of what happened is right back took that first ball, and then middle had the best angle to get a set out to a hitter.
And she did just that, put that ball away as Hawks are able to score, or the Eagles are able to score on their serve there as well. So they're whittled this back down, build that 3-point lead back down to 1, 20-19. Ellison with a roll shot. The Hawks have found a little bit of life there with that roll shot right over the top. I think they find maybe a little bit of a chink in the armor of the Eagles in their defense there. Been a couple shots that they put pretty much in exactly the same spot and gotten scores out of all of them. Alana Coleman in to serve. Back row attack for the Eagles. We get a net violation for the middle hitter, for middle blocker here for the Hawkettes. That's Carly Olson with the net violation. Trying to get some hands up on that back row attack. Got Macy Nearing with the serve. Outside hitter for the Eagles. Carlson with a dime up to the setter. They run that little, not really a quick, a little bit of an extended quick there for 17 for Ike, and Ike is able to put that down with no block. That's exactly what the doctor ordered to get the score there, to get a 2-point lead back for the Hawkettes. Beautiful run.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's one of those tandems you kind of talked about earlier, Jackie, where they had the middle running a quick in the front and the opposite hitting running that middle on the backside.
Yeah, you kind of have to choose which one you want to block in that one. It's so quick out of the setter's hands that you really don't have the chance to readjust once you're going up.
Little missed pass that went over the top of the net, is able to just catch the line for the Eagles. Big point there, just went the Eagles' way. Just clinging to the Hawkettes are clinging to a 1-point lead, 22-21. Side with a nice pass. Get it to Ike in the middle. Ike puts it away. Now we've seen Ike have several kills in a row. What do you just try to keep feeding her as much as you can as she does rotate to the back row. She's going to be out, but you know, is there some merit to have somebody that's on a hot streak to keeping them active and keeping them?
I definitely think that there's some merit in setting your hot hitter. She's definitely getting a lot of space, getting over those hitters, and she's running different hits every time. She's running the 9s, she's running the A's, and she's getting some kills out of the middle. So I think that definitely those 2s are giving her a lot of space to kind of see her court and find those deep corners.
And Carlson did have a dig on that, but it went up into the rafters and kind of ping-ponged, kind of like a pinball machine up there, and Hawks weren't able to get it back over. Slide to the outside for Hanfeld, it scores! Great set from Maya Steinkamp. I think with Hanfeld up here in the front row, he's just kind of one of the dominant hitters of the match so far that Hawkettes really need to capitalize on and get this game put away here. As they got a 2-point lead on game point here with a block. Goes off of the hand of the setter, and that'll be match number 1 going to the Hawkettes, 25-22 in match 1. We'll throw it over to our producer and get to some commercials here to make sure we get those in, and we'll be back for game number 2 here in a few moments.
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Game Day Men's Health, The District at Prairie Trail, Nolte & Sons Lawn and Irrigation, Sinorama Ankeny, Jay's Cookies, and the Foot and Ankle Center of Iowa.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny Hawks mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are one of the main reasons people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a proud supporter. I've been helping Ankeny families for over 20 years, and if you or anyone you know needs help finding the perfect home, let's talk. But first, go Hawks.
And we're back as the teams start to be getting back out on the floor. This is Austin Oliver here with Jackie Alberto. Here, a product of the Illinois high school system, and went to Loris and played some volleyball there. So we love having her here tonight to give some of her gameplay expertise. Kind of a fixture in Des Moines volleyball now as well. I think she just said she plays 6 days a week at various places all around town. So you got a busy schedule, huh, Jackie?
Yeah, definitely.
Coaches Club as well for Ohana, so good to have her here and being able to help us out tonight. I think she should be able to help us out over the course of the season as well. But a good first game. Jackie, what did you kind of see in that first game? 25-22 to the Hawkettes.
Yeah, it's a very high energy game. You could just tell the atmosphere in the gym is really loud. It's really exciting, and it is helping sway, I think, some of the points. We'll also see a really quick offenses on both sides, right? They're moving the ball well, and they're trying to get those solo blocks so they can, you know, have a little bit more open court for their hitters.
Yeah, I think you know, we saw Ankeny take on North Polk in that first game. I think it's definitely their whole level has definitely risen a little bit, and the tempo balls are definitely you know, are much more apparent now that we've gotten into this better competition as well.
Yeah, definitely picking up the pace.
That's number 21, Anna Weathers, for the score. First point here in the second match. Right off the side of the block. ACA with the first lead of the second match, 1-0. Morgan Fincham, a senior, serving. That'll be a double hit on the Hawkettes, as that just didn't come very cleanly out of the setter's hands as she tried to get it all the way to the outside. Another point for the Eagles, 2-0 lead. Carlson with a nice set. Tries to run the quick in the middle, just a little bit too low for that hitter. Hits the top of the net. 3-0 lead for the Eagles. So as a coach, do you call a timeout right here, you know, very quickly here if you go down 3-0, or do you kind of let these girls play through it to see what they can do?
I would usually let them play through it. I think there's definitely, you know, a momentum switch right now, but I think that so early in the game, you don't want to waste that timeout. You kind of want to let them figure it out, especially this early in the season.
Yep, absolutely. Nice pass there by Coleman. They go back to that quick back, and they're able to score on that. What I really liked about that is that the pass took the setter over towards a little bit more towards the middle, and with the play they had called, she went ahead and followed and was able still to run that quick back right off of her back too. So a great job by Ike there, sticking with that called set.
Yeah, I definitely I call it flipping the court. You know, everyone thinks, you know, the setter's running in one direction, and then she flips it back, and it always takes out the defense. So it's always a good play by the setter.
And it led to a hit with no block, so those are always easy to put away for them. Missed serve there by the Hawkettes, sends it right back over to the Eagles. Nice swing from Scheib. Eagles keep it in play off of a block. Carlson puts it into play. There'll be a double hit again on the set. So as a young setter there, Grayson Adams got called for two kind of double hits there in a row. What can we do to calm her down, maybe, and get those hands in a right spot? What kind of suggestion would you give to her as a coach?
I would definitely tell her just to relax her shoulders. It's all tension in the upper body that kind of flares that. She's not really getting her feet to the ball right now, and that's kind of the issue, that, you know, she's throwing her hands at it rather than, you know, just flowing through that ball. So
nice comeback with a nice little set there. She able to take a little short pass. It was kind of wonky. He was able to guide that back over to her middle hitter and able to put that ball away. I think as a setter for myself, I always think about maybe taking an easier set for one.
Yeah.
Getting myself reset, and then, you know, maybe getting some of the more difficult ones after that too. So ball sends long. Asking for a touch, and she does not give him a touch. It'll be she does give a touch. So that's going to be met by some consternation here. Not a lot of bemoaning the call on the Ankeny side, so it must have been a touch. So
thought they got away with it for a second.
I thought they did, yeah. Serve long there from the Eagles. Down ref here is calling. Hold on here. It hadn't been called in yet. I think they're trying to figure out some scoring issue here. I think the score upstairs is right. That 6-4 is correct. But doing a little discussion here. I think there's probably some question on that call. Went back and forth on the play a couple plays ago where they gave the point and went back and forth. Yeah, I don't think that's right, is it?
Yeah, they're kind of going back and forth on it.
So my guess is they didn't give the point on the play that the Eagles ended up having a score on.
They're still talking about it, though.
Yeah, they are. I think maybe we need to run a replay. We'll have to go back to look at the clock, look at the film. What do you say? All right, so it's going back to 4-7 in favor of the Eagles. They've gotten that 3-point lead. Run a nice middle there. I wouldn't say it's really a quick middle there, but it's definitely tempo, right?
Yeah, yeah. Right around your 1.5.
Yeah. Serve receive for the Hawks have kind of given them some trouble here in the second game. It was definitely much better in the first game.
Yeah, they definitely seem to be avoiding their libero this game.
Which is smart. You have a D1 libero back there. You pretty much want to serve anybody but her.
Oh, yeah.
I totally agree.
I haven't seen her pass much.
No. Hanfeld with a quick set there. Maya Steinkamp puts it right on the button for her. She's able to get the kill. But a great pass from the outside from Ellison there, too. It's good to see her moving super efficiently out here, too, after that ankle scare in the first game. Yeah, this Eagles team has definitely got their fundamentals down. You can see that they're well coached. Everybody's passing well.
Mm-hmm.
They are running quite a bit of tempo on pretty much every play.
Yeah, when the basics are there, you can really get into some more advanced stuff and push the game a little faster.
Quick runs that one down, keeps it in play, sending it the outside to Ridgway. Ridgway forces its way through the block. A kill for her. That'll lead to a substitution by Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospitals. Bringing in a center to the back row to keep the three hitters in the front row. That'll be Grayson Adams coming in. Ike takes that over with a fist. Quick once again, causing havoc up there in the front row as she just taps that one over instead of setting it. And is able to get the bounce around kill there. Is that considered a kill?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's the advantage of having your setter in the front row is that, you know, they can take that ball over on two, and they're usually pretty sneaky about it.
Yeah. She's definitely done it a couple times for sure, you could tell. Ike out of the front row, out of the middle. Dug nicely by the Eagles. Nice dig there for the Hawkettes. They'll send that ball over. Reset here for the Eagles. See if they can run something. Send it to the outside. Blocked by the Hawkettes. Quick right there again. She sets back to the outside. Nice dig by Carlson. Ike with a set and hits. Dump over the top. Carlson reads it beautifully. Send it back to the outside for Ellison off the block. Quick takes it over. Ellison with a nice cut shot. Two players down on the ACA side. They're just not able to get themselves under control to get that ball up. And thank God nobody's hurt on there. I don't know what happened, but looked almost like two of the players tackled each other, and both of them went down. But great point for both teams there as everybody was scrambling to get that point.
Great rally.
11-7 lead for the Eagles still. Nice short serve by Coleman. Adams with a nice setter dig there. Ike with a shot right to the middle. Score for the Hawkettes. They whittle that lead down to 3, 8-11. Nice serve from Coleman. Dude, Carlson's nails back there. Great dig back there. Dump. Carlson with a set to the outside. Gets to Ike again. Ike cross court. Dug up by the Eagles. Kill from Cameron Scheib. Both teams are playing good defense right now, though. These balls are getting dug. They're getting played back over. I feel like Carlson's digging everything back there, and then it's just pretty much the whole team for ACA has been playing nails on the backside.
They're everywhere.
Ooh, nice spot for the libero. She takes it back to that corner, but the Eagles are able to track it down. Adams sends it to the outside for Scheib. Scheib tries to get the edge of the block, but was not able to, and sends the ball out of bounds. Back up to a 3-point lead for the Eagles. Ike cross court with the back. Quick with the swing there. That's a setter swinging there, but it's roofed on the side of the Hawkettes.
Yeah, now they're starting to set their block up on her after her couple of setter kills.
Yeah,
so.
they were ready. They're ready for her. Carlson with the serve. Hawks starting to get that block into the right space. Quick tried to run some tempo into the middle there, but double block was waiting for her. Hanfeld and Ike, or Hanfeld and Scheib, one of the two there for the double block. They run that same play again, but Carlson's there. Gets it out to Scheib. Scheib takes it off of the top of the block and off one of the defenders. Another kill for the Hawkettes as they tie it up at 12-12 here in the second game, and a timeout for ACA. We'll be back in a few moments with after a word from our sponsors.
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Game Day Men's Health, The District at Prairie Trail, Nolte & Sons Lawn and Irrigation, Sinorama Ankeny, Jay's Cookies, and the Foot and Ankle Center of Iowa.
And we're back, just winding the seconds here off for the first timeout for the Eagles here in the second set. 12-12 game right now. We were talking to, in the break there, Jackie, about like for instance, for example, number 5 for the Eagles over there. We were talking about how you have a great team concept for the Eagles over there, but an undersized hitter like that still going for it all the time.
Yeah, she's definitely an aggressive hitter, and she's so smart with her shot. She sees the court so well, and she uses the block, especially as an undersized hitter. Like, she got to get used to, finding her spots.
Yeah, what's cool about a hitter like her, she's playing all the way around, so she's having to be out here and passing for her compatriot up in the front now. And, definitely doing a great job of getting some balls there that are definitely settable by that setter. Scheib takes it off the top of the block, goes out of bounds. Hawks now on maybe a 5-point roll right about now as they take a 2-point lead, 14-12 here in the second set. Carlson puts the ball into play. Quick tries to take the ball over, and that block that Hanfeld is ready for it and takes it right off of the edge of the block. Is not able to get it over the net. Coach Michelle Quick gives her daughter some few pointers there. Some miscommunication between the serve receive. That's kind of that ma-pa zone, right? Or husband and wife zone that they talk a little bit about. And Naring has been taking quite a few of those balls. So I can kind of see where libero's coming from. Is not sure of who's going to take that one. Great set out there for Quick, and second ball hit by Shive. Catches the whole defense off guard and leads to a second timeout for ACAA as a 5-point lead here for the Hawkettes at 17:50. We'll be back in a few seconds.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny Hawks mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are one of the main reasons people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a proud supporter. I've been helping Ankeny families for over 20 years, and if you or anyone you know needs help finding the perfect home, let's talk. But first, go Hawks.
All right, we're back. Austin Oliver and Jackie Alberto. Jackie, now coming out of that second timeout, if you're ACA, what are you telling your team here to get going maybe in the right direction?
I think that it's definitely a momentum change, right? There's high energy for the Ankeny Hawks right now, and I think that Ankeny Christian just needs to chill out, get back into their game and play their own offense. Right now, I think they're allowing the Ankeny Hawks to kind of run the game, so just kind of getting back into their mindset and playing their own game.
They choose to run a slide there. It goes off the block, and Carlson's able to run it down, gets it to Ike. Ike out the top of the net. Quick sends it to the outside. Perfect spot there for number 1, Carly Craighead, as she gets the kill and gets the Eagles out of a tough spot. Gets them back within 4 points at 17-13. Grayson goes to the middle. Okay, she does finally call it. The referee kind of let the players call it. The Eagles should have been playing that ball through and letting the referee blow the whistle, but they went ahead and caught the ball. I think it was the right call, but still you should play through the whistle.
Definitely. That gave me anxiety.
Yeah, I did. I thought they made a mistake. Ike with the strike cross court. Quick with the roll over the top of the block. Adams sends it to the outside. Strike by Shive. She's just calling that a little bit delayed. That's kind of getting everybody off kilter a little bit. I thought maybe that one might have caught some hands there to help it stay on that side, but that delay just gives everybody a little bit of pause.
And as a player, you got to play through that whistle, right? You never know. Referees, they see a lot, but they're not always going to be perfect, so you got to definitely play through the whistle. Make sure you're not giving up points like that.
Steinkamp back to serve, junior setter. She'll be taking over the setting duties as she hits the back row as Grayson Adams goes to the bench. Nice little touch over the top of the block. Steinkamp's able to keep that ball up. Shive takes it right off the block, out of bounds. Another point for the Hawkettes. 19-15. Misplay on the serve receive gives the Hawks an opportunity to score. Quick with a nice strike, pinballs off the ceiling, and a point for the Eagles. Tell you what, the setter on the Eagles side is definitely a versatile player. She's doing a little bit of everything. Is she a lefty too? She's sitting at left-handed, I believe, wasn't she?
Yeah, she's been tipping with a little bit of both, I think.
Okay.
So, but yeah, opening up and swinging with that left hand occasionally.
Shive with a nicely placed ball. Gets ACA out of sorts and gets the ball down for the kill. Looks like the other match is already finished up in the other courts. That was Dyke New Hartford and North Polk playing over there. See if we can get a score for that one as soon as we can. Nice run to the middle. That's Craighead with the kill. Yeah, Macy Naring is definitely the main passer over there on the on that side. She's definitely quarterbacking that whole back row when she's back there. Craighead with the serve. Hand fell with a strike, and they're able to keep it in play. and not able to get it over. Great dig, great tempo run for the Hawkettes, but they're just not able to get that ball back over. Nice touch initially, though. Hanfield is a handful in that front row. She's, she wants that ball almost every time.
She has such a fast arm swing that it's all that power.
And there's Naring making her presence known there in the front row as she gets the pass and gets the kill out of the middle. That'll bring in Caitlin Weathers, a sophomore, to serve. Still a 3-point lead for the Hawkettes, 21-18. This hissing that the bench is doing, it's throwing me for a loop. I couldn't figure out where it was coming from, and finally figured out that the bench is hissing on each kind of serve on the serve. Has a nice roll shot from the outside, gets another point for the Hawkettes. I think it should be 22-18. Yep, they just get the score here. You know what I'd like to see is Ikey's cross court for a lot of this match. I'd like to see her go down this line here and change it up a little bit. Number 17, just getting into the back row. Or back into the front row.
Yeah, especially if the defense is looking for that cross shot. You know, you watch your hitters and you definitely get kind of like their habits, and so if she switches that up, I think it'll be an easy kill for her.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get a set here and see if we can make the analyst team here look like we know what we're doing, kind of. Quick's going to take that one over. I was just calling that one out. Going to be a double there. She tried to do everything she could to maneuver her body there to get a nice clean touch, but just wasn't able to get it done. Nice try by Grayson Adams. Ikey's called for a middle ball here, so we'll see if they get the ball to her. Beautiful pass by Carlson. That's they run. They call that a block, and they're going to go ahead and let them play on. Quick setting it to the outside. Roll shots. Nice score for the Eagles. They needed that one like they needed to breathe to stay in this match. Down 3 points here, 20-23. That moves Macy Naring back to the back row again. She'll be serving here. Now, you don't see very many people serve from this side all the way over like this, Jackie. What could be some of the thought process of sending it all the way over there?
I mean, I have been seeing them serve the outsides a lot, and that's a long time for that ball to travel. And like you saw, like, you know, you double question yourself when that ball is coming for so long, and it can make it a little bit harder to pass when it's traveling, you know, that extra 20 feet.
Yeah. It definitely gives a different angle for those serve receivers to have to look at, too, coming from that weird angle, coming from that other side like that.
Yeah, you get used to calling your seams, and then as soon as someone goes to the other side, it's kind of a new angle game. So
Carlson chases that one down. Ikey tries to go down the line. We almost called that one. Little mishit by Craighead. Sends the ball to game point here for the Hawkettes, 21-24. Coleman's going to be in here to serve. Game point for the Hawkettes. This will end this match at 2-0. Nice up by Carlson, though. It's a bummer they couldn't get that up a little bit, too. Throwing her body around down there, trying to get anything up, and actually got a pretty good hand on it. Just wasn't able to connect with anybody else. 24-22. ACA is going to have to go on a run here if they want to keep in this match. Fincham to serve. Carlson has a little trouble with that. Adams just gets it up. Hawkettes send it over. And that'll be a point for the Hawkettes. 25-22, the second game, 2-0 win for the Hawkettes over number 1 defending state champ ACA 1A. And we'll be back here in a few minutes as we get these courts flipped over. Should be a pretty quick turnaround as we bring Dykeview Hartford over for the third and final match of the night for the Hawkettes. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Game Day Men's Health, the District at Prairie Trail, Nolte & Sons Lawn and Irrigation, Cinerama Ankeny, Jay's Cookies, and the Foot and Ankle Center of Iowa.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny Hawks mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are one of the main reasons people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a proud supporter. I've been helping Ankeny families for over 20 years, and if you or anyone you know needs help finding the perfect home, let's talk. But first, go Hawks!
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Cabaret Sports Bar and Grill, Nick Jarash Fitness, Fiscus Jewelers, Made in the Shade Blinds and More, Eat the Frog Fitness, and Rainbow of the Heartland. Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Game Day Men's Health, the District at Prairie Trail, Nolte & Sons Lawn and Irrigation, Cinerama Ankeny, Jay's Cookies, and the Foot and Ankle Center of Iowa.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny Hawks mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are one of the main reasons people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a proud supporter. I've been helping Ankeny families for over 20 years, and if you or anyone you know needs help finding the perfect home, let's talk. But first, go Hawks!
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Cabaret Sports Bar and Grill, Nick Jarash Fitness, Fiscus Jewelers, Made in the Shade Blinds and More, Eat the Frog Fitness, and Rainbow of the Heartland. Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Game Day Men's Health, the District at Prairie Trail, Nolte & Sons Lawn and Irrigation, Cinerama Ankeny, Jay's Cookies, and the Foot and Ankle Center of Iowa.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny Hawks mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are one of the main reasons people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a proud supporter. I've been helping Ankeny families for over 20 years, and if you or anyone you know needs help finding the perfect home, let's talk. But first, go Hawks!
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Game Day Men's Health, The District at Prairie Trail, Nolte & Sons Lawn and Irrigation, Sinorama Ankeny, Jay's Cookies, and the Foot and Ankle Center of Iowa.
So here we are for the third set of our quadrangle, which probably one of the last game was highly anticipated. This one's going to be a highly anticipated one again as well, as we bring in number 6, preseason number 6 Dyke, who are coming off of a loss to ACA in the first match at 25. What did we get on that one? Hold on here. I think I had the score for that one. We'll have to see where I put that one down. 25-13 and 25-22 lost to ACA. And then comes up against the 2-0 Ankeny Hawks here, who have won both of their first matches against North Polk and against ACA. Tough fought match there against ACA. What kind of things did you see different maybe in that North Polk match as compared to the ACA match for the Hawks?
Yeah, I definitely think the Hawks, they sped up their offense, and they were moving the ball around a lot of really good defense. Some of their serve receive a little out of system at some points, but picked it back up towards the end and was able to pull it out.
Yeah, a little bit of a lag there in the beginning of game 2, where they got behind a couple different times by 3 to 5 points there, but were able to dig themselves out of the hole and kind of had a little comfortable lead there at the end, where they were able to do it. It ended up being 25-25, 22 in both matches. Yeah. But I think they both had pretty good control over both those matches, even with the score being pretty close there at the end.
Yeah, they definitely got 2 big blocks, and that was a big energy changer. And energy is a huge factor. So
now Dyke coming in once again, like off of a loss. They are bringing back. They're both setting tandem. They're going to be running either a 5-2 or a 6-2. We're going to see what they're going to be running here as we get into the match. But both of those setters are here from last year. About almost 1,000 assists that they've got between the two of them. So they're going to be definitely resting on the setting prowess that they have. But they lost a good chunk of their offense. I think 93% of their offense from last year is gone. So they're going to look to be replacing that offense here as Ankeny gets called for a double here right at the very beginning of the match. But 93% of your offense being gone is a huge hole to have to fill.
Oh yeah.
Can't even imagine. Quick back with a nice little tap over the top instead of the swing for Ike. She gets a kill. Good little tandem run to start the game out. They tied the score up at 1. Carlson's back to serve. Little serve receive error by the libero. That's Ruby Varney. Freshman playing here for the Wolverines. Now, Jackie, you'll see the server kind of look over at the bench. What kind of information is she maybe getting from the bench to in advance of her serve there?
Most coaches they'll check out the team in advance, and they'll kind of know like who you might want to serve, who your weaker passers might be, who your stronger passers might be, and so I'm sure they're trying to figure out right now who they want to serve for the rest of the match. So as a coach, I might try everyone and then just see who struggles, or if I see someone who looks a little nervous, that's who I want to serve.
Yeah.
So
is she getting a location then?
Yeah. So yeah, zones 1, 5, and 6 are going to be your backcourt zones, and so usually coaches will put up a 1, a 6, or a 5 to serve, that certain position, that certain person. So right back's going to be your 1 zone, middle back's going to be your 6 zone, and then your left back is going to be your 5 zone.
So right now they keyed in on that 1 zone, it looks like right now. So most of the serves, they're probably identified that maybe that's one of our, maybe one of the younger passers on the team right now. And are going to key in on that and see what happens. Here we got a timeout here. It's a 5-1 lead for the Hawkettes. We'll go to a commercial. We'll be back in a few moments.
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Game Day Men's Health, the District at Prairie Trail, Nolte & Sons Lawn and Irrigation, Sinorama Ankeny, Jay's Cookies, and the Foot and Ankle Center of Iowa.
So Wolverines out of a timeout here. They'll try to get a side out here. A perfect pass here. Gets it to the center. They run a middle. Dug up by the Hawkettes. Shive on the outside. Hits it off the top of the block. Another kill for the Hawkettes as they lengthen the lead to 5. It's 6-1. So on that timeout, you know, we got a veteran coach over there. What is she probably trying to, you know, impart on her team there to, you know, get out of this kind of service-receive rut that they're in right now?
Yeah, I think definitely just trying to take control of the game, you know, get a ball up, okay? It doesn't have to always be perfect. It could be just a high ball for the setter to get under, right? You have veteran setters. You have setters who, you know the game and they can get to the ball. So I think that's important, is just getting a nice high ball for your setter and letting them work with that.
Yep. There's a setter taking it over on a second ball. Ankeny with a strike. She goes cross court, has some success with that. Big lead here by the Hawkettes. 8-1 lead for the Hawkettes over the Wolverines. This is the third game tonight for the Hawkettes. Imagine these players are getting a little tired. That's a lot of games here for the first meeting out of the year. Carlson with the dig. Ankeny with a little miss hit on there, and that'll go over to the Wolverines. It'll be their second point of the night, 2-8. As number 4, Ruby Varner, goes back to serve. Tempo in the middle, goes right through the block. Hanfeld with a nice strike. Adams with a nice set. That'll come for the Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. Substitution, that'll bring in the second group. New setter here is Maya Steinkamp. A little short on the serve. We have substitution for the Wolverines as well, as number 9, Kaylin Meester comes into the game, a sophomore DS. They've got a new hitter in the front row as well. I didn't see the number on that, but we'll see if we can get that number. Steinkamp with a nice set.
Number 3 just came in.
Number 3, okay. That's Addie Jocelyn into the game. I thought it was the outside hitter. I assumed it was the outside hitter, but these ponytails over the back of the numbers cause some trouble sometimes. Nice strong set back out to Ridgway. She tips it over the top of the block.
So actually, it looks like they are running that 5-2, and so here they have a DS coming into the back row to play defense, and then the setter is actually going to be their front row girl.
Okay. So just 2 hitters on the front row?
Yep, just 2 hitters.
Good call there, Jackie. Slide run there by the Wolverines, goes out of bounds. 10-4 lead for the Hawkettes. Now, are they running that setter out? Now, are they running middle outside, or are they running outside opposite? Are they doing a little bit of both? Probably.
They have their setter setting out of the right side, so their middle is just has that capability to run behind now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it still looks like that middle's playing middle, and then their outside's playing on that out, and then.
Got it. Okay. Nice little tip over the block for Shannon Mormon. She's one of the returning kill people here. She had 45 kills last year, but I think she's not 7% of the offense that they still kind of kept out here. Carlson, nice dig on the serve receive. Ridgway, nice little roll shot over the top of the block, able to get a kill. Hanfeld to the back row. She'll be serving. And another missed serve. That's 2 in a row for the Hawkettes. it's kind of one of the killers when you got a lead. You really want to keep this ball into play when you've been have been dominating the match.
Yeah.
Get a little bit less aggressive on the serve, just keep it in play.
Yeah, especially if you're doing well blocking and putting a ball away, like you might as well just, let them play and keep that ball in and make the other team make mistakes.
Yep. Substitution here, Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. Rotations back through for the 6-2, so that'll bring Grayson Adams back in. She'll be setting again. Brings Olivia Ike back into the front row. Down ref had a little pause there, but we're ready for action again. 13-6. Back set for Grayson, gets a Ike. Back row attack, dug up by Shy. Adams gets that ball up, Carlson tracks that one down, looks like it's gonna stay in play. Wolverines an opportunity to score here, but they take that ball to the outside and it's just out wide. It'll be another point for the Hawkettes. But I think this is a great example. 14-6 right now, you got an 8-point lead. Let's not get cued on the serve, just keep this ball in. You're dominating this match right now. Don't give them an easy point right now. Adams with a nice serve right off the top of the tape. Ike with a strike, goes cross courts. Wolverines are able to track it down. Carlson into the front row, back to the outside. Ellison with a nice tip over the top, able to get the score. Hawkettes playing really well right now. It'll be a timeout for the Wolverines, 15-6. We'll be back in a few seconds.
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Cabaret, Sports Bar and Grill. Nick Jarash Fitness. Fiscus Jewelers. Made in the Shade, Lines and More. Eat the Frog Fitness. And Rainbow of the Heartland.
And we're back here. Grayson Adams still at the serving line for the Hawkettes. 15-6 lead for the Hawks here as we're in game one of the last match of the night for both of these teams. Good pass for the Wolverines to build on. They run a middle, but just a little bit too strong on that. Goes out the backside. We're going to get a substitution here for the Wolverines. 14 I do not have on my roster, so I'm guessing it's one of those 13s maybe that just came in. That also brings in number 8, Riley Reichs, a sophomore. And a serve into the net. Double substitution here for the Wolverines. Lucy Barney. So I'm guessing we have a Lucy and a Ruby, both sisters here, a senior and a freshman, both on the court here at different times. Adams on the set to the outside, Ellison with the cross court. Back row attack for the Wolverines. Adams set to the outside, Ike with a great strike. The block was definitely there late. She's just able to push that one down in the middle to get the kill. Got Coleman in to serve. Pass kind of goes awry there for the Wolverines. Point for the Hawkettes. So I just saw Coach Beth Key motion of 5, so she looks like she's trying to hit that left back, right? I think that's the 5 position.
Yeah, you could definitely tell their passing schemes are kind of pushing that outside to the sideline. you can kind of just see it from up here that they really want the right back and the libero to be passing that ball. So it's kind of a risky sideline serve, but if they can get her, I think that's a good choice.
Yeah, it's not the easiest serve to get out there. I like what you're saying there. But it's effective when it does hit, hit directly. That was a point for the Wolverines. Got number 13, Mallory Peterson, a junior, serving now, but it careens off of the roof, and Wolverines aren't able to take that back over. It'll be a point for the Hawkettes. Carlson back to serve. Block for the Hawkettes. That's Hanfeld with the block. I can't say enough about Hanfeld. Looks like she's going to be going to Iowa State next year. She's really impressed me tonight. Just a little bit, doing a little bit of everything tonight.
Yeah. Middle's definitely a hard position to dominate in, because you got to be the big defender, right? If you don't get up on that block, then you're leaving your defense out to dry. And so her being able to work from pin to pin and be able to get her hands up on the block, really impressive, reading the setter and everything.
Yeah, just a presence. I mean, she's just involved in a lot of plays, which isn't something you could say for a lot of middles.
Yeah. It's easy to be a defender or an offender, but like to be both is really, really good.
Great set to the outside. Sister-to-sister connection out there from Carlson to Scheib. Coleman with a nice dig. Adams sends it back over to Ike. Wolverines work their opposite, but just a little bit too strong. Goes out of bounds. 21-10 for the Hawkettes. Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitutions will flip-flop our setters here as Maya Steinkamp comes back into the game. Maya Ridgway into the front row. Set to the outside. Shai does a nice job of adjusting her attack. Ridgway with a swing. Off of the antenna will be a side out for the Wolverines, as they pull in a substitution as well. Number 9, Kaylin Meester, into the game. Shy with the middle hit. Pull with a nice touch, gets them all back into play. Steinkamp calls for the third hit. A broken 31 play there, but it works for the Wolverines as they're able to still get that over and get into a spot where nobody's at. Slide from Hanfeld. So yeah, I mean it's good tempo there, but the tempo is just a little bit off, right? Because Hanfeld's expecting that ball to come a little bit quicker, so she's able to really jump up and really crank on that. But the set's a little bit high. But I think with new setters, it's just gonna be something that feel-wise that you're gonna grow over the course of these first couple games to get that feel. Yeah. Steinkamp comes right back with a nice set to the outside, and Ridgway's able to put that ball away with some authority.
Yeah, the slide's definitely hard, especially when you want to run them quick, because the setter can't really see you, so you really got to be loud, and she has to find you by your voice. So if that connection hasn't been made yet, then it's not going to be as consistent of a set.
Dump there from the setter for the Wolverines. Carlson digs that one and takes it over for the third hit. Pushing the back row. Steinkamp setting the outside. Ridgway with a swing off the top of the block. Carlson digs that one off of the block. Sends it over to the opposite. Nice touch there by Scheib, but not able to corral that point. So something the Hawks are doing right now, I've seen they flipped Ridgway and Ellison, and they're going opposite of each other. Ellison, for the most part, has been running that strong side outside, and and Ridgeway's been playing the opposite, but that last set they were playing opposite positions, just to give those hitters or give those blockers a different look, I assume.
Yeah, and I definitely think that a lot of coaches like to train their pins as pins. So you're not just exclusively an outside, you're not exclusively a right side. You got to be versatile in both, especially when you change up your passing schemes. I mean, there are passing schemes where your outside is pulling back and hiding the setter, and they have to hit from the right side at least once a rotation. So it's really important to train your hitters to kind of do both.
Well, I mean, an example is that injury to Ellison that first match. I mean, that could change everything, but if you have pin hitters that are versatile enough to play both positions, it really doesn't make that much of a difference. They're able to jump in and have an impact right away.
Yeah, especially when you have a right side blocker who might be a big block, and you know, if the other team's right side is going to be their bigger hitter, you could always switch that right side over so you have that big block on the outside as well.
Yeah. Now the Wolverines have kind of settled things down. They're back with it, 6 points, 22-16 here in the first game here of the last matchup. So Hawkettes are going to definitely need to bear down here and see if they get out of this game and get to the second match or second game. Shy by the back row. Almost finds that campfire spot in the middle. Great shot by Ridgeway. Gets off the net a little bit, still has that great timing to get that wrist snap at the highest point of that ball and just takes it to that back corner for just an inoffensible ball, really, at that point.
Yeah.
It's almost one of those you just chalk up to just a great hit.
Yeah, you say good job and you move on to the next point.
I think it's the Wolverines, we're just seeing some more consistency with their passing, and then ability to get some sets to their hitters has gotten them not really back into this game because they're still down by 6 here. There's just 2 points left to go here for the Hawks to be able to work through, but they've got some momentum here going for the second game as we move forward here.
Yeah, they're definitely keeping the Hawks out of system, making them a little bit more frantic towards the end of the set. So
seeing a little bit more sloppy play out of the Hawks because of the balls that are coming over.
Yeah.
Part of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution. That brings Grayson Adams back into the back row. She'll be serving. She'll be the new setter. Running the 6-2 for the Hawks. It's crazy to see how Carlson's just covering just a ton of real estate there for the Hawkettes. I mean, you can see why she's that D1 prospect going to Auburn, but she's just everywhere.
Yeah, she reads so well.
As we were talking off camera too, has got some of that length too that kind of the prototypical libero starting to go towards as well.
Yeah, the tall and the quick. So you kind of have, you cover a lot of court with your body, and then if you have fast feet and you read really well, then you're almost, you know, guaranteed to get a touch on the ball.
Some miscommunication there on the defense, though. I think that's kind of what Dike Harvard kind of had got the back of the match, was that defense. That's a 25-17 win there for the Hawkettes in game one. We'll be right back for game number 2.
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Game Day Men's Health, The District at Prairie Trail, Nolte & Sons Lawn and Irrigation, Sinorama Ankeny, Jay's Cookies, and the Foot and Ankle Center of Iowa.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny Hawks mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are one of the main reasons people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a proud supporter. I've been helping Ankeny families for over 20 years, and if you or anyone you know needs help finding the perfect home, let's talk. But first, go Hawks!
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team and brought to you by these generous local businesses. Cabaret, Sports Bar and Grill. Nick Jarash Fitness. Fiscus Jewelers. Made in the Shade, Lines and More. Eat the Frog Fitness. And Rainbow of the Heartland.
And we're back for game number 2 here as the final matchup of the night between the Ankeny Hawks, ranked number 5 in 5A, up against Dykeview Hartford, ranked 6th in 1A. Hawks have got 2 wins tonight over ACA and North Polk, and lead the games tonight here against Dykeview Hartford as well. And we did not get any scores from the Dykeview Hartford North Polk match. Kind of curious how that maybe that match went now.
Yeah.
Now that we've kind of seen a little bit of what Dyke looks like right now, that may have been a closer match than we thought.
Yeah, good matchup.
I think timing-wise, it definitely felt like it was a 2-0 match.
Yeah.
Whoever ended up winning it.
It was a quick turnaround. They were in the gym before the second game finished.
But honestly, I kind of feel like they may have been a pretty good matchup between the two. As the first point goes to the Hawkettes. Carlson at the serve. Nice play from the Wolverines. That's number 6 with the kill. That's that is not who I thought it was. That's
Maddie
Bushkull. Yep, senior. Got too many pieces of paper in front of me here. Got myself confused. Short serve from the Wolverines. Worked fairly well. Ike gets the ball. Dug up by the Wolverines. They send it to the outside. Blocked. Still in play for the Wolverines. Wolverines are playing a scrappy brand of volleyball right now as they get it out to Scheib, and Scheib able to do a nice cut shot. They just had a really hard angle on it, and the Wolverines aren't able to keep that one in play. Yeah, the thing I've always liked about McKenna Scheib, watching her over the course of the year, is she has a great job of setting her feet and then jumping. I mean, she can even jump straight up and still get some great snap on the ball.
Yeah.
And gets it in a place where it's going to be dangerous for the other team to try to play defense on it. And when she gets an approach, it's even that much better. So, but nice block by the Wolverines, sends that ball of Scheib right back over to the Hawkette side, and it scores a point for them. 2-2 tie here early in the second match. Short serve. That time, Ridgeway just powers through the block that was set up by the Wolverines, able to get the point. Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution. Brings Marley Ellison into the front row. Nice little touch push there by the middle. Nice little change of pace, a little bit of tempo there, able to get them the point. So as a middle hitter, when you're up there trying to make a decision on whether to swing on those or tip, what are the keys that you're looking for as a hitter?
I like to see, like, obviously, do I have 2 blockers up or do I have 1? If I have 1 blocker, I'm definitely going to try to swing whichever way they're not blocking me hard. If I do have that double block, though, usually if I'm swinging hard all game, I know that my defenders are usually going to be, you know, rocked back a little bit, maybe on their heels. So finding that open tip away from, you know, the short defender, off-block defender, that's usually what I'm looking for, is just, you know, catching the defense that are back on their heels and not really ready to move forward.
Slide run for the Wolverines. Almost is completed. Hanfeld takes control of the back row, gets that second ball, gets it back up to Steinkamp. Steinkamp runs the middle quick. Olsen almost with the score. Great run down by Scheib there. She goes off in the center and she runs that ball down, but just isn't able to get enough of it to get it back into play, to get it back over. Another score for the Wolverines. It's tied at 4-4. Izzy Norton in to serve. Scheib with the second ball. Gets it out to Ellison. Ellison off the top of the block. Regurgitates the play. And Ridgway does a nice job of finding the open spot, just putting it there. Nice little easy swing for her. Regurgitate, I meant to say recycle is the better word there. So take it off that top of the block and able to recycle the play to get another offensive run for you, for the Hawkettes. Something we see a lot of high-level volleyball, like with the Olympics. You see those guys not getting the opportunity for a perfect hit and just recycling a play off the top of that block and resetting their...
Yeah, getting those extra 3 touches.
Yep.
Well, especially there, you had them set the outside, and then setting the right side off of that block touch really makes that middle run across the court, and that's why she was able to hit that 5-6 shot with pretty much ease, with no blockers up, because that middle was stuck on the outside.
Yeah, not frantic, not knowing where to go, and Lana Cooper or Coleman to come in to serve. Adams with a nice back set, block for the Wolverines. Set the outside, they run almost like a flat slide. Is that what they did? Was that really the play, or was that just a bad set? I was trying to figure out.
Well, I think the transition for the middle was kind of flat, and so with that set not being tight to the net, she really wasn't able to open her hips on it and overran the ball, and that's why it flew way out of bounds, is because her hand was like right up on top of that ball, and it could only go flat and deep. So I think it was just a miscommunication between the setter and the middle, kind of.
Yeah, because usually that approach is more of a curved approach for that slide to really happen, to get the opportunity to get their hips behind, or get their shoulders and their hips in front of the hit. But yeah, it looks like maybe just a miscommunication on that one. Nice set to the outside. Scheib takes it off the top of the block, but a nice block for the Wolverines.
Yeah, their blocking is looking really good this set.
Much more consistent this time.
Yeah.
So now, what should those Ankeny setters be thinking about now to maybe get a better matchups maybe for those hitters on the outside?
I mean, I haven't really seen them run the middle in a minute, and I think that like that's the biggest thing, is that middle is able to release quick, because they're seeing her hands drop forward, and they know, hey, that middle hasn't been set. These passes haven't been very consistent, so I know that as I see those hands drop and she's not back setting, I can just kind of dip to the outside and set a solid block up. So I think if they start to try to get their middle back into the game, that middle's going to have a hesitation.
Hanfeld with the block, so perfect opportunity for Hanfeld to come up into the front row and to be able to make an impact and start to open things back up for those opposites on the outside. So we'll see if they, I agree exactly with what you said, Jackie. I'd not be surprised if we see a good helping of Hanfeld here to get those blockers to be a little bit more honest.
Yeah.
I just see Adams and Hanfeld in conversation over there. I mean, that's probably exactly what they're talking about here. Not a good one here. Ike does a nice job with a out-of-system set there. Nice roll shot from the Wolverines. Maddie Buskell with another kill. A 9-8 lead for the Huckets. Tight set. Number 11 for the Wolverines, Izzy Norton's able to just get enough of that block to be able to send it over and get the kill. Tied up at 9. Wolverines looking to make things a little bit more tight here in the second game. Hawks crowd tries to implore their team into side out here. There goes Hanfeld with a strike. Varney there for the dig. Runs the slide to the outside off the type of the block, and it was in. So strong dose of Hanfeld here so far here as this rotation's moved to the front row. Steinkamp with the serve. Carlson with the set to Ridgway. Ridgway searching for that back corner. Dug out by the Wolverines. Able to fight through that block with the score. Back to 10s. A lot of fundamentals with these Wolverines. They're just not going to make a lot of mistakes on their own.
Yeah.
Don't have a flashy hitter right now, but they're just doing a lot of the small things well right now, and they're able to stay in this game 11-10.
Yeah, and especially with the defense that the Hawks have, I think that their off shots are a little bit more effective because they're kind of using that block and kind of making it a little harder for the defenders to be in the right place because they have to kind of readjust after the block touch.
Ellison with a nice shot there off of a difficult little play there. Didn't get the most perfect pass there from the libero, but was able to get that one to score. Hawks trying to get that lead back up again. Back row attack here for Scheid. Well covered by the defense. They're going to send it right over. Carlson in the right spot. Wolverines working hard to keep it in the place, sending to the outside. Ridgway, power tip the outside, dug up by the Wolverines. Cross courts. Carlson takes a second ball. Gets it to her sister and her sister Scheid. Nice reach and able to put that ball over and get the kill. She'll keep serving. Carlson with a nice dig. Steinkamp sent it to Ridgway. Ridgway off the top of the block. Number 11 takes it. Izzy Norton right off the top of the block. They kind of definitely become a strong part of the offense here in the second part of kind of the middle part of this game.
Yeah.
She is one of the senior hitters for this team. Been around in the program for a while. Carlson with a nice dig. Ellison with a strike, goes back far corner, is able to get the kill. I think the other thing I can appreciate about the Hawks team right now is just a lot of versatility on shots as well. They're not relying on one thing, it's going all over the place, so makes it really hard for a defense to be able to key in on something.
Yeah, they're definitely hitting their shots. Hanfeld with the service error.
brings the Wolverines back within 2, 14-12. Short serve has definitely been something on both teams' list here as we've gotten into the second game. Ridgway, nice shot down the line.
It's a beautiful
Something that
swing.
both of us have been calling for here pretty much the whole match, but Ridgway able to finally get one of those to go down there and look pretty impressive.
Yeah, most teams will not block the line on your right side just due to the fact that the libero usually sits down that line, so usually is kind of open if they can get a good handle on it.
Oh, nice sub by Schreiber. Also with a nice power tip to the back line. A little bit of tempo on the set, and she's able to change it up a little bit and send that to the back line. Adams still serving. That serve must be moving quite a bit because it looks like the defense is sitting right underneath that serve, and then they're having to make some movements at the end. Wolverines are able to still get that ball up and get a kill out of it, but definitely with some pain points there as they're trying to figure out where things are at. Ike with a nice little run out of the middle. Perfect pass out of the back road for Scheib. Coleman in to serve. 17-14. Yankees trying to get that lead back up to where they had in that first game, give them some breathing room. Great defense by the Wolverines, keeping the team in the point, just not able to convert at the end. Timeout for the Wolverines. We'll be back in a few minutes. It's 18-14 here in the second game. We'll be right back.
Hawkette Volleyball on the Ankeny Activities Network is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team, brought to you by these generous local businesses. Game Day Men's Health, The District at Prairie Trail, Nolte & Sons Lawn and Irrigation, Sinorama Ankeny, Jay's Cookies, and the Foot and Ankle Center of Iowa.
We're back coming out of the timeout. 18-14 here in the second game. With an Ankeny win, it'll be the last game of the night. As we're nearing the end of the quadrangle. I don't know, I keep saying that weird, but I don't think it's about the only way to say it there. Quadrangle. Adams, nice job of maneuvering through the traffic there to get that set to the outside. Nice dump there. Carlson gets there, but not able to just get enough of a touch to get it back up into some opportunity to get that ball back over for the Hawkettes. Wolverines with the serve, back to within 3. Short serve again, Carlson there. Adams sets Ike. Ike's able to just get enough of that ball to get it over and get a kill out of it. As Hanfeld gets back into the game, Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution. I think this is really where Ankeny just really needs to put the pedal to the metal here as they got their number one set in the front row here to be able to score some points as the Wolverines put into that right away.
Yeah, you can definitely tell they kind of took their foot off the gas a little bit after that first set. Letting the Wolverines back into it.
Short serve again. Hanfeld takes that one. Outside of Scheib. Scheib powers it through the block. Kill for Scheib. Part of Ankeny Animal Hospital. Maya Steinkamp back into the game. Flip-flopping the setters. 20-16, 4-point lead for the Hawkettes. Hawks were ready for that one. Ridgway and Hanfeld setting up there. We had talked about in the break, a lot of those sets were going out outside. They're going to start keying in on that and be able to get a good block up, and that was the culmination of that right there for sure. Hanfeld called for the ball, gets blocked. She blocks one herself, gets the ball back over. Wolverines track it down, third ball, taking it over. Hanfeld takes the first ball. Running the slide, off the side of the block. It'll be a kill for Hanfeld. I think Steinkamp could feel a lot better about that one because that tempo and that, even though it did get blocked, that tempo was much more right on to what Hanfeld wanted on that one.
Yeah, definitely getting the middle involved.
Timeout for the Wolverines. 22-16. We'll be back in 1 minute.
My real estate team knows that sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a well-rounded education. As an Ankeny Hawks mom, I have seen how important they are for success in school and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are one of the main reasons people love to call Ankeny home, and that's why I am a proud supporter. I've been helping Ankeny families for over 20 years, and if you or anyone you know needs help finding the perfect home, let's talk. But first, go Hawks.
We're back, 22-16. Steinkamp on a roll here at the serve line. Gets herself an ace here. So now, Jackie, I think the serving's kind of gone a little bit different places too. You see a lot of these jump floats right now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty predominantly what everybody's doing right now. So what advantage does that jump float give the server?
Mostly what happens is if you get the ball contacted correctly, it moves a little bit on the serve. You can't really see it from the side, but as it's coming at you, it might be looking like it's going up or going down, and so it's really hard to get your platform in the correct spot if it has some movement on it. And that's why you might see, it might look like someone's in perfect position, and all of a sudden they make a last-minute movement and they shank it.
Yep.
So definitely changing the game from the top spin serves that they used to be doing. But
I think it's just an evolution. Every couple of years, something kind of comes into vogue, and then everybody kind of figures it out.
Yeah.
Then we have to go to something else.
Yeah. Because right now for the girls, it's so easy to pass the top spin, whereas in the guys' game, you see the guys jump serving, and the guys don't like using their platform. The girls don't like using their hands. So kind of floats are easier to take with your hands, and top spin's easier to take with your platform.
Got it. Yeah, that block has definitely gotten a presence here in the second game. It's a 25-17 win for the Hawkettes as they go 3-0 on the night, beating North Polk 25-7, 25-16. They beat ACA 25-22, 25-22, and Dyke New Hartford 25-18 and 25. What was that score? I didn't even see it again. I said it and then didn't even see it. So, but three big wins for them. Two defending state champs. They take down tonight, 1A and 2A. Jackie, what kind of things did you see tonight from Ankeny that you thought they can maybe build on with this good run tonight?
Yeah, I think definitely just like making sure that they don't have the lapse of not running the middle, and kind of there's some scrappy plays that they're getting up and then just not finishing on. So it can be really hard as blockers to turn and see the ball, but making sure that they're tracking behind, because they're getting some really good ups in the back row, and then some of those balls are you know, some of them are getting up and then some of them are dropping. So just making sure that, you know, eyes are always on the ball.
Absolutely. Jackie Alberto, I want to thank you for coming in tonight and offering your color insight tonight. It was excellent working with you. This is Austin Oliver for the Ankeny Activities Network, and we'll be back again here soon with the next home match. I'm not even sure when it is, but we'll let you know. Maybe Jackie will be back for that as well. So appreciate your time tonight, and we'll be back next time for the next home game. This is the Ankeny